Okay, it's 7:05. I'd like to welcome everyone to the meeting for the Zoning Board of Appeals, May 15th, 2023. In attendance, we have Stephen Esposito, Leonard Loza, myself, Catherine Fuller, our attorney, Joseph Moriello. Absent with no notice, John Gatto and Amy. Okay, entertain a motion to open the meeting.
Someone.
Second by Steve. All those in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye, it is. Okay, so what we have on the agenda for this evening. Oh, wait, excuse me. Quorum check for Thursday, June 22nd. Steve? You'll be here? Catherine?
We're switching between Mondays and Thursdays.
Juneteenth affected
Juneteenth.
your,
Understood. Okay,
that Monday.
yeah, I'll
You-
be here.
You'll be here?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're not, just give.
Yep.
Okay, entertain a motion for the approval of the board minutes from April 17th. Any modifications or changes?
No.
No?
No.
No. Okay. Catherine moved to approve. Steve,
Second.
seconded by Steve. All those in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye, it is. Okay, entertain a motion to open the floor for public comments. Anything that is not on the agenda tonight. Steve? No. Entertain a motion.
Oh,
You're
you
gonna,
asked me if I had any comments. I
Oh.
don't.
so you
I will
seconded.
motion second.
All right, all those in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Joyce, anything to comment? No, nothing this evening. Okay. So we have a continuance. Come forward, please. We have a continuance of the public hearing for 409 Main Street. This public hearing carried forward because we were waiting for a decision from the county planning board. We do have two items that were put in front of us with regard to commentary. One is from the town of New Paltz planning board. Dear Mr. Lozier, member of the board, as you're aware, the above referenced matter is before you for consideration of error. Have you seen this?
I have, yeah.
Yes, okay. I'm reading this only so that the public can hear it also. For consideration of area variances from the zoning code sign regulation applicable to the Gateway Business District. Specifically, the applicant seeks relief from the maximum 2 signs that are permitted in this district. I write to you at the direction of the planning board to provide their comments on this variance request. In doing so, I note that the planning board acknowledges that the area variances are solely within the ZBA's jurisdiction and that you will ultimately make a decision in accordance with the applicable law. The planning board has opinioned the additional signage is unnecessary given the location of the property and the proposed architectural changes, and canopy signages are contrary to the requirement in the zoning code 140-22.3D, section 2, which requires B, building styles and materials traditionally found in New Paltz. The planning board has thus recommended that the applicant adhere to the sign code requirements, and that is signed by Ashley Tor. Copy was sent to the town planning board and to Joseph Moriello, our attorney. The second item is the final action report from the county planning board, Ulster County Planning Board, reference number 2023055. The ultimate decision from the Ulster County Planning Board was to disapprove. Now, their reasoning is the project lies within the town and county's gateway area. The current site has been complemented in the past by this board for its monumental style sign, with associated landscaping, flat panel lenses, and the design of the canopy as it exists to match some architectural themes found in the village. The applicant has not provided evidence that adequately demonstrates that the benefit gained from the requested variance proposed cannot be achieved through the usage of conforming signage, and as such, we recommend that the request be disapproved, signed by Robert Lieberwitz, the principal planner. Following materials were reviewed for review. Referral form, cover sheet, mobile sign-on canopy, before and after images, rendering, affidavit of mailing legal notices and addresses, the latter signed night view. Okay. So. We put that on, you saw this also?
Yes.
You did, okay. So now. This area variance. It is being requested. Why don't I have the second? Oh, there it is. I did look different. Okay, I'm going to ask the 5 questions,
Yes.
and if you could please, yes or no, then we will discuss this and then we will make a vote. Whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by granting of the area variance.
Just yes or no, or?
Yes or no?
Okay, yes. No, excuse me.
Whether the beliefs sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the area variance.
No.
Whether the requested area variance is substantial.
No.
Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district.
No.
Whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the zoning board of appeals, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point now, we as a board will discuss this. First thing,
If I
Sure.
can, procedurally. The total number of members of the board is 5. There are 3 in attendance. Okay. Any motion to approve this variance in light of the disapproving recommendation of the planning board has to be by a supermajority of the board. 3 of 5 would not be able to grant the variance in light of the county planning board's recommendation. On the other side, a vote to deny the variance under these circumstances would need to have the affirmative vote of all 3 of these members,
Right.
not 2 of 3. And
it is our other option. I deliberately did not close the public hearing yet for that reason.
Okay.
Is it possible that this could be referred to the possibility that a full board may be here next meeting?
In situations like this that have happened in the past, traditionally, the board has asked the applicant if the applicant would consent to a continuation of the public hearing until the next meeting.
Okay,
There's no guarantee that the number of people present will change or the members present would change.
Right.
But we have asked the applicant if he wants to ask for further adjournment of the public hearing.
is there a time frame with which the decision must be made
once you
Yeah.
close the public hearing,
correct,
you have to make a decision.
within 30 days.
Within 60 days.
Within 60 days, okay? So I guess the question is to ask you, would you prefer for us to make a decision this evening?
Yes, I'm comfortable with that.
You're okay. Any questions, comments? No? Okay,
And the board can continue and see what it decides later after you've had discussion amongst yourselves.
okay. Well, the logic behind the county planning board's recommendations and the planning board's decision, I think, are really paramount in regard to a decision-making process with regard to the granting of this variance. I think that both agencies have made a recommendation to not grant it. So I would make a recommendation for a denial or disapproval rather of the application for 536 Main Street in New Paltz. Excuse me, no, 409 Main Street in New Paltz, the mobile station at the end of the thruway. Now, if in fact they can't come back for another year, if in fact they wish to reapply for the variance again, is that correct?
Would depend on what course of action they take. I mean, they can ask for a rehearing. And there are some timelines about that. I didn't look them up, but they can
Okay.
ask for a rehearing. I think on a question of a rehearing, though, I think that it has to be. I think it needs to be a unanimous vote of the zoning board of appeals to grant a rehearing once there's been a decision.
Okay. Well, I do believe letter A, they ask for an undesirable change, whether it has to do with the signage on the canopy, whether it has to do with the additional signage. I have a tendency to disagree with the applicant's answer for the first item. Any commentary?
In what regard? Because if you're gonna put this into the form of a motion,
We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't,
just remember that it should have
yes,
the basis on which that decision is being made.
I,
Comments on the second and third points. but
okay,
not the
well, let's
first.
move to then.
Sure. So the second point being whether the benefits sought by the application can be achieved by another feasible method. I think there is another feasible method. I think that the request for 2 signs on the canopy can be achieved and let people know what the use is there and that it's a mobile site without those 2 signs. So that's my thought on that one.
Okay,
And then on the next point, whether it's substantial, I think that this is a 50% increase or 100%. It's doubling what is allowed by zoning by going from 1 sign allowed by zoning to 2. So you're doubling the amount. So I think it is substantial. Those are my thoughts.
letter D, the physical or environmental conditions. I'm assuming that the physical conditions have to do with the visual impacts. And I do believe that that is probably the primary reason, along with letter A, that the county planning board and the local planning board made the decision to deny it. Steve, any comments? No? Okay, so this time I'll make a recommendation that we close the public hearing for 409 Main Street and make a recommendation to agree with the planning board and the Ulster County Planning Board in denying this application.
Is that a recommendation
That's a recommendation.
or in a form, is that a form of a resolution?
That's the form
Or
of,
the motion?
that's the motion. I'm waiting for a second.
I'll second.
Catherine seconded. Steve? You agree? Okay. You will receive notice. Christine? You send them a letter of denial?
Denial,
Yes,
yeah, there's a.
okay. Now I need to. That,
So there's also project review. I guess that's off the table then at this point.
The project review in front of the planning board,
No, for this, I thought that was on the agenda after the public hearing.
or what is left to be.
No, that's what I was.
Yeah.
I guess-
So I had to reference the public hearing specifically,
Right, okay,
so that he would know that he either needed to adjourn it
okay,
or, and then now close it.
all right, understood.
And then you had approved or denied.
Right, okay.
This is still though before the planning board.
It is, yes, for the,
Site plan.
correct, yeah.
Can you
for the
sign that
additional
one
site.
on top?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you're on for the 22nd.
Yes.
On the Planning board, that's a week from today.
Yep, I'll be there.
They
So is
have
it,
everything.
is that it for me? then?
That's it.
That's it, all right.
Okay.
And I think Mr. Sutherland's gonna be there that night.
Correct, yeah, I've already spoken to him.
Oh, okay, great.
So, yeah.
All
right.
Christine,
Have a good evening.
Before the applicant leaves,
Yes,
I have a question. The application to this board for the variance
Correct.
came as a result of the denial by the building inspector of
Correct,
the
yeah,
permit.
right.
Stacy.
Right, it did not come to this board directly from the planning board during the course of.
I'd
site
actually
plan.
have to go back at that, but I thought it was Stacy's original observations that we were over.
Yeah, because she had that long memo about making the decisions of the signage
Right,
inclusive of the red panda and all those other things.
right,
There was an extensive email that Stacy wrote.
Yes. Yep.
And that determination is what had him, yes, she was definitely involved in it because she had recommended you do two variance requests. In
Right.
case, and you chose not to,
right, yeah.
right, she was involved.
That's what Freihoffers did. They
They
had,
did
they had
one
four,
for each.
one for each one.
My purpose in asking is,
Right,
if the site plan application before the planning board continues, there could be an application for a further variance as a result of that site plan review that also allows an applicant to get to the zone.
And as a result of tonight's decision.
Or totally separate. If another issue comes up where a variance may be requested or recommended by the planning board, the applicant it would come back to this board for an area variance. So
Okay.
We'll see.
depending on what happens, it's a
Right.
site plan approval process.
That's all.
Good night.
That's
Thank
all
you.
I have. Thank you.
um. Adjourn,
We're done. I gotta make a motion to.
okay.
Texas. Portsmouth.
Any additional business anyone has to discuss? No? No?
I'll let you know if I don't get anything for the 22nd,
Okay,
then. I will have to put that in the newspaper if we cancel it,
Right, okay.
correct?
Does Memorial Day Monday change any of the deadline dates for
No, that's the
application?
29th. That's our 1 week in between. And I should tell you, I'm taking off that Thursday and Friday.
good for you.
That's in between the 3-week phase, which for me actually starts before the 3 meetings go in succession. So there's a very small window when I can take 2 days off in a row.
We have to approve
There are
this.
no,
We have a motion on the floor.
Okay. Entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Yes.
All those in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye, it is. You can,
Till the hour.
I'm telling you.